God knows you so well and so intimately. He knows you, where you go, what you do every day. He knows what you think. He takes that much interest in you. In the Bible, in Psalm 139, we find where it talks about this from verse 1. These are some of my favorite verses. Speaking to God, the writer says, "O Lord, you have searched me and you know me. You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You discern my going out and my lying down. You are familiar with all my ways. Before a word is on my tongue, you know it completely, O Lord. You hem me in behind and before. You have laid your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me, too lofty for me to attain. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. If I rise on the wings of the dawn, and if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me. Your right hand will hold me fast." I love those words. Sometimes, I don't know about you, but sometimes I just feel that, people just don't quite understand me or quite know me. Perhaps you might have been misunderstood, or people have seen something you might have done and taken that the wrong way, and you just wish that people just knew you and understood you better. But the good thing is, the wonderful news is that God knows you. He never misunderstands you. He understands what you're thinking. He knows so much about you. He knows you better than anybody else. He probably knows you better than you know yourself. At least I think that's the case about myself, that God knows me better than I know myself sometimes. But look at those verses again. It says, "Oh Lord, you've searched me and you know me." I mean, what happens when somebody searches for something? They really they seek something out, don't they? They take some time and pay attention. They're looking for something, actively, proactively searching for something. And the Bible says that God, He searches us. He takes an interest in us. He wants to know what's going on and what's happening in our lives. He searches us. He searches our hearts, our thoughts, our lives. And it says He knows us. I find that a great comfort. And as it said, as I read, "You know when I sit and when I rise, you perceive my thoughts from afar." In other words, God knows when you're sitting down, when you sat on the couch or on the floor, on the sofa, on your bed. He knows when you rise, when you get up. He sees your thoughts already, whether thoughts of happiness or troubled thoughts. He sees them. He pays attention. He says, "You discern my going out and my lying down." When I go out, go shopping, meet friends, go to the gym, go to the park, pick up the kids from school. You know when I'm going out and when I'm lying down for some rest. You're familiar with all my ways. Before a word is on my tongue, you know it completely. Oh Lord, I mean, who else knows you and knows me as well as God does, as well as God is describing in His Bible? You hem me in behind and before. Now, it took me a while to understand what that meant, but I kind of thought, well, what is a hem? A hem is usually something you find on the edge of your garment, to stop things from fraying, to tacking all those loose ends. It's kind of something that's tucked in, isn't it? And so God, He tucks us in. We're so secure in Him, so surrounded by Him. You've laid your hand upon me. Where can I go? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, if you take a plane ride, He's with you. If you go down to the depths, He's there, it says. If I settle on the far side of the sea, even there, your hand will guide me. God knows you so well. He is familiar with all your ways because He takes such an interest in your life. He wants to know you. He wants to search you out. He wants to see what you're thinking. Surely that is a God who loves you, who loves me, a God who pays such attention more than anyone else that I know. Nobody pays such great attention to our lives, to your life, than God.